engulfing candles. What is it about it that you're supposed to take half of it? Like you don't like when you're is that a I have so many there's so many strategies and so many rules. I get mixed up. So
So let me
is do
ask
you
you
know
this.
about the
So what you want to do is I definitely use multiple rules or multiple
right?
strategies. But the one thing is let me ask you, in this scenario, you are basically using 25 for life, right?
Yes.
So what you want to do is you want to stick to that, and then you want to complete that strategy. And then if you want to use a different one, you use a totally different one, but you don't mix it with the 25 for life. So what I mean by that is this. If I were to use multiple strategies, the first thing that I would do, let me clear this up. The first thing I would do is I would look for my 25 for life strategy. So I would go ahead and identify my swing high, which is right here. And then I
Mm-hmm.
would identify my swing low, which would be right here. Okay. Now, once I identify my swing low and my swing high, then I'm going to go ahead and put my fib. Now, always remember your Fibonacci is going in the same direction as the market. So if I'm looking for a sell, my fib is going to have to go into a downward direction from swing high to
Correct.
swing low. Okay. So then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mark my 25% mark, which is right here, and that's our 25 to life. Once I mark that, I get rid of my fibs.
Mm-hmm.
I can even get rid of my swing high. Well, you don't really want to get rid of your swing high and swing low because you got to make sure the market breaks below and comes back. But I would change this color right here to say an entry color. I would say red because I'm taking a sell. So I'm gonna change this to a red entry color. That lets me know when the market comes back there, I'm looking for a sell. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and mark my entry right here. And then this 25 for life is completed. Now, if you wanna have confluence and you want to use another strategy, like say a trend line, if you will, you have to know that you got to finish one strategy. That's finished. Now, what I'm going to do
Okay.
is I'm going to go to a break of structure strategy by utilizing a trend line. Now, remember, when I'm doing my trend line, I'm going to look for the most touches possible. And so, what I'm going to be doing is I'm not going to be faked out with these these little fake breakouts right here. Okay. I'm going to look for touch, 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 touch. These are more touches. So here is my trend. Now, based on my trend line, I can
Mm-hmm.
see that this market could potentially just drop. And the reason why is because market came down, it broke the low and it broke the trend. And then it retested the trend, and now it's into a downward selling position right here. So this is confirmation that the market is coming down for a sale. But I use two different, if you want to call them strategies, but I use two different ways of finding this sale.
Confirmations, right?
Yeah, confirmations. So what happens is now I can look and go to a bigger time frame. When I go to a bigger time frame, now I'm going to my third confirmation that this is going into a sale. What's my third confirmation? Well, this was my previous high, right?
Mm-hmm.
But as you can see that my swing high matches my previous high right here that happened on April. You can see at the bottom, it happened on
14.
April 14th. Okay.
Okay.
So on April 14th, that was the previous high. But then right here on April 30, on May 1st, I should say, on May 1st, it matched the same high. So the market could not make a higher high. So that is confirmation that the market wants to sell off as well. So I looked at 3 different strategies or confirmations or confluence that tells me that the market wants to sell off. Okay. And that's on a daily time frame. I can go down to a 4-hour time frame now. And with my 4-hour time frame, let's see. Let me go to an hour real fast.
All right.
Boom, boom, boom. Let's see something. All right. So basically, if I'm looking on my hour time frame, the one thing that I like on here is because our entry is up here, right? Well, if you look at the RSI at the bottom, that's the relative strength index. Okay. Now that relative strength index, it's close to the bottom. So if this market wants to truly sell off, the one thing I know is if it gets too close to the bottom, sometimes a lot of people like to call that oversold. So what I'll do is I'll wait to see if I can get this thing to push back up to really hit our entry point up here. Because if the market does push back up to hit our entry, what that's going to do is going to cause this RSI to actually move back up. And because as you notice, when the RSI is up here, look when the RSI is up here, but look at the market. That means the market is up. So when the RSI is up, what does the RSI like to come? What does the RSI like to do? Come back down.
Go up. Oh.
When it's up past that dotted line at the top. See where my cursor is going to be right where the RSI is up. You see that?
Yes.
But then look where price is. You see price is up, right?
Right.
So then when the RSI decides to come back down, that's the strength of the market coming down. Look right here at this high. See where my cursor is? See how the market is high?
Yep.
But the price wants to go higher, but it can't go higher without first coming back down. So you can see the RSI start to come back down.
Right.
And then guess what? It starts to come back up, but it comes back down further because it really didn't go low. So now that that's a fake breakout. Now that the market hit its low and it hit the bottom of that dotted line, now the market can push up and make its move to the upside because it has room for the RSI to go up. So what I'm saying to you is considering that the RSI is down, I wouldn't even get into the market until I can get that RSI to push back up, like we have our entry. And then if we can get that RSI to push back up to this dotted line right here, and then if it pushes back up to that dotted line and it hits our entry, then that's going to be more confirmation that we want to take this down for a sell.
Yeah, that's good.